everyone, and welcome back to GameTimeAstrology podcast, the first ever sports astrology podcast. You heard it here first. It's your girl, Q LaRae, the astrologer, and let's talk about the legendary Michael Jordan. So I'm actually going to do part one here on YouTube, and then the second part will be available on my brand new Patreon tier called Astro Athlete, in which I'll be breaking down astro sportsography and the relocated chart analysis of legendary athletes, whether they play basketball, mostly basketball, or football, or some other sport as well. So make sure you check that out. The link is down below in the description to the Patreon. So let's go ahead and jump right into part one. So the reason why I wanted to do a video on Michael Jordan, what would Game Time Astrology be if I don't do a chart analysis on the great Michael Jordan? So I wanted to look at his chart and just kind of like give you guys a little bit of information on how he was born into greatness. Literally the title of this video, he was literally born into greatness. His chart says it all the way through and through, and as you can see, I'll just be glancing down at his chart from time to time. So I did my research, of course, because I knew that I was going to do a part two and focus on his astro sportsography chart, and so you definitely need to have the correct birth time or some birth time, accurate birth time. You cannot use 12 noon for astrocartography or astro sportsography. So I knew that I needed to really do some research. So when I did the research, I found at first a birth time of, I believe it was 1:40 p.m. and I put that in, and honestly, I wasn't buying it because it showed Michael Jordan as having a Cancer rising, and he just does not give me Cancer rising. So I did some more digging and I found the birth time of 10:20 a.m. So Michael Jordan was born on February 17th, 1963 at 10:20 a.m. in Brooklyn, New York, okay? So I used 10:20, and when I looked at the natal chart and I looked at the astro sportsography chart, then it all really came together, and I'm like, yeah, this is the one. So we're going to go with that one, and we're going to talk about three main aspects here, or points in the chart that I want to talk about. I got my notes written down here. So the first thing we're going to talk about is Michael Jordan's midheaven in Aquarius, and the fact that the ruler of that midheaven is sitting in the 5th house and the 10th house. Okay, so he has a midheaven in Aquarius, and so what this basically means is that when you have a midheaven in Aquarius, what I was like really getting when I looked at this is like, Michael Jordan was born to be a game changer. He was born to really like shake up the NBA and surprise via, something new and innovative that the NBA has never seen before. Because prior to Michael Jordan, we had Larry Bird and, Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, right? But Jordan really came in and really changed the game, not only with his playing style, but also the Jordan shoe brand itself, right? And so when someone has a midheaven in Aquarius, they are like the shock jocks. They are people who are going to make a huge difference. They are the game changers, right? So when I saw his midheaven, and then also Mercury is conjunct the midheaven as well, I was like, this speaks to why. This aspect right here definitely speaks to, Michael Jordan being a game changer in the sport of basketball, just in general, and also in the world of athletes and brands, right? The Jordan brand is still coveted today, still well respected today. People play in Jordans and they wear Jordans with jeans, okay? So he was definitely going to be an innovator in his career, with him having a midheaven in Aquarius. Now, the reason why I looked at the 10th house ruler is because it gives us more information about how his career would unfold and what would actually happen in the career as well. So he has his midheaven in Aquarius, and so there are two rulers of Aquarius. The traditional ruler of Aquarius is Saturn, and the modern ruler of Aquarius is Uranus. And so actually Saturn is sitting in the 10th house. His midheaven is in the 10th house. He has Saturn in Aquarius, okay? And then he also has, in the 5th house, he has Uranus in the 5th house in the sign of Virgo, okay? And so the thing about the 5th house is Leo, right? So Leo rules the fifth house, okay? The sun in Leo is associated with the fifth house, which rules also sports, competition, king-like energy. So this also pretty much speaks to the narrative that, Michael Jordan, he was a great leader in basketball. He was a great leader for the Chicago Bulls, right? It was innately within him. And then he has Uranus in Virgo. It's an earth sign. Uranus in the fifth house is someone who is meant to, again, be an innovator, inspire kids. The fifth house rules children. He was definitely a new type of, like the way he played, and he glided from the free throw line and the fadeaway. Like he really, took the NBA to a whole new level. And he definitely was, it was a surprise and a shock, I'm sure. And that's because he has Uranus in the fifth house, which talks about speculation and games. So he was definitely like a new age, non-traditional type of player too. Like he didn't play like Magic. He didn't play like Larry Bird. He had some flair and some swag to his game. And we can see that because of the Uranus placement that is sitting in the fifth house, which is also the ruler of the 10th. Now getting to Saturn in the 10th, all right, Saturn is about hard work, and then he has Saturn in Aquarius at that. And so Saturn in Aquarius wants you to work hard at being unique. With midheaven and Saturn being in Aquarius, Jordan is pretty daggone unique, right? He's unique the way he played, his playing style, and just being a unique basketball player to have Jordan brand and be signed first by Nike and then getting his own brand. Because he was so unique, people followed him, kids, right? Followed him fifth house. People wanted to be like Mike. I want to be like Mike. All of this hype was not around him in vain. It's literally written in his natal chart, okay? So he, like I said, Saturn in Aquarius wants you to be unique, but you got to work really hard to do that, right? And he was no stranger to working hard. He had see if I want to talk about this. I'm going to talk about that in the second part. I'll go ahead and shift now to Jupiter in Pisces. He was born with Jupiter in Pisces direct, and Jupiter rules Pisces. And so it's basically that Jupiter was in the sign of his rulership. So he has a very strong Jupiter placement. So very, very lucky. Jupiter in Pisces is sitting in his 11th house of networking, business partnerships. And so with Jupiter in Pisces sitting in his 11th house would signify that, of course, he would be lucky in his life to build a ginormous business of Jordan brand and have it be very long-lasting, and the longevity of it has transcended the test of time, and his legacy is huge, right? People are still wearing these shoes that came out in the late 80s, early 90s, and here we are in 2026, and I still wear them too, like, you know what I mean? Like, or any Jordan apparel. I'm so happy when I see the Jordan logo, right? And Jupiter in Pisces is the placement in the chart that speaks to this. Also, Jupiter in his natal chart is well aspected as well, because it is also in a sextile to his ascendant in Taurus and in a trine to his descendant in Scorpio. So he was born to have good luck in partnerships, in the 7th house of partnerships, and just be a lucky person just in general when it comes to money, because Taurus and Scorpio deals with the axis of finances. 2nd house is Taurus, our money, our values, our possessions, and then the 8th house is Scorpio, which is other people's resources. So Jupiter was supporting him gaining other people's resources from Jordan Brand and being in the NBA, him making a lot of money in his lifetime, and also the 1st house being able to, cultivate the Jordan Brand, right? Because I really believe the 2nd house is about, because it's the earth sign, I believe it's about, us, being hands-on on building our wealth. And so he had Jupiter supporting him in building his wealth, being hands-on, designing the shoes, talking to the right people. And then, of course, it's that good luck from, the network, the business partnerships, the friends, all that, right? So he's well-connected. He was born to be well-connected and to have this Jordan brand and for it to be so successful. So I'm going to leave it right there, guys. Be sure to check out part 2 on Patreon at the Astro Athlete Patreon tier, in which I'm going to do even more of a deep dive into Jordan's chart, and also check out his Astro Sportsography chart and give you guys a deep dive on Chicago, where he played and won 6 NBA championships. I'm going to tell you why he was able to do it, what energy was there for him, and what energy was supporting him there, and basically get you guys to see how real it is when you're an athlete and you're playing in the right city, state, or country. Until next time, guys, make sure you go ahead and go ahead and subscribe, and look down below for my website and how to get in contact with me for a reading, and I will talk to you guys later.